Hello, everybody. We are here for this week's grocery haul. This is Mr. Snowgardener 307 for anybody that doesn't know him. All right, go on. Go away. Well, we are here, like I said, for this week's grocery haul. First of all, I'm going to show you some empty shelves in my store because my store has been so insane. And this is one of the reasons why we love our food security with our prepper pantry, with our home canned items. And I'm going to show you guys our big prepper pantry grocery haul this week from the case lot sale. And start with our weekly meal plan. I work shift work and I'm getting ready to work my first week of days, and it is this week right here. When I work day shift, I work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I do not cook dinner when I get home because that's way too late. So on Monday, I am off. So we're going to go ahead and cook up a ham that we had gotten on clearance, some yams, and some green beans. Then on Tuesday, easy peasy meal for a day that I work is just going to be some ham sandwiches and some sides. This is kind of a fend for yourself on making your own food. Then on Wednesday morning before I go to work, I'm going to go ahead and do a crock pot of red beans and rice. This is a brand new recipe from Pinterest, so I'm super excited to try that out. On Thursday, it's going to be leftovers. Then on Friday, I'm going to go ahead and make up a stuffed pepper soup. I am so excited that I have a freezer full of bell peppers, so that will make that easy. And then I saw somebody that had made potato, garlic, black bean tacos. So we're going to give those a whirl on Saturday. We'll probably do some rice on the side or something like that. And my husband normally loves meat in every meal. So when I told him about these tacos, he's like, but we're going to add meat, right? And I said, nope, we're going to try them just as is. And then on Sunday, we're going to go ahead and use some more of that ham up, and we're going to make a ham and potato soup. And with that, you can add green onions to it. You can add cheese, bacon bits, whatever you want. So let's go ahead and move on over to our groceries. So here is our case lot grocery haul. Plus, of course, any groceries that we need for the week. Now, I did purchase this in 2 separate transactions, and I will show you guys that because this is the second week of the case lot sale. Well, tomorrow starts the second week. And when the day first happened that it went on sale, I went ahead and grabbed a few things because I was afraid they weren't going to have any more. So let's talk about this. We have got some bread flour. For those of you guys that bake, you know that bread flour makes so much better bread, pizza crust, tortillas, all of that type of stuff. And so we have been on a journey to make more of our own food. And these bread flours right here for 25 pounds, $9.99 for a bag. I can tell you guys this, that I believe it was a 5-pound package of the bread flour sitting on the shelf above these was $11.99. So of course, one of these is going to be used here shortly because we're almost out of bread flour. And the other 4 are going to, first of all, go into the freezer, and they're going to sit in the freezer for a while to kill any sort of bugs or anything that may be in the flour. And then they will come out and they will sit at room temperature for quite a while to make sure that there's no moisture in there. And then these will go into our long-term prepper pantry. So we have got 125 pounds of bread flour for less than $50. Then we've got sugar. And of course, sugar stays good forever. And the reason why these sugar packages are upside down is because the handle for these sugars are on this side. So my hubby loaded all these up for me. And we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packages of sugar, 25 pounds a piece. So we have got 175 pounds of sugar. And I know some of you guys right now are probably having a heart attack. Let me tell you what, when you can your own food, jellies, things like that. You go through so much sugar. When I just did my cowboy candy, I think I used 24 cups of sugar. And just in case you guys didn't know, sugar will last forever. And you do not need to do anything special with it. Of course, you can go ahead and put it into your food safe buckets just to make storage easier. And that's what I will do with some of this, but we are actually almost out of sugar. So at least 2 of these packs will go into our container that we pull from. And then we're going to go ahead and put the other ones in buckets. All right, now we've got a few things for our weekly meal plan. So I told you guys we're doing some ham sandwiches. I went ahead and splurged and bought some French sandwich rolls for us, and these were $3.69. I just love rolls like this. And then, of course, we went ahead and grabbed some lettuce and some tomatoes. Let me grab my receipt so I can tell you the price on those. All right, I've got my receipt. So the lettuce was $1.69, and then the tomatoes were $1.59 a pound. And so for those 2 tomatoes, it was $1.56. They also had this mixed medley of tomatoes on sale for $1.50. So I had to make sure that I grabbed one of those because I love eating those kinds of tomatoes. Raspberries were on sale for $1.88. And so I went ahead and grabbed 2 of those just for fresh eating. I love raspberries with some cottage cheese. And then we love green onions for all kinds of things, but I was mainly thinking for the ham and potato soup that we're going to be doing at the end of the week. And green onions have went up quite a bit in our store. They were $1.69. Now behind here is a 10-pound case of apples. And so I'm going to be making some apple butter. I wish they would have had more. I would have bought some more, but this was all they had left. And let's go ahead and open it up really quick, shall we? And see how the apples look. That's the only bad thing about buying them in cases. And honestly, you guys, I need to make applesauce too. And apple butter takes quite a few apples. So let's take a look. So we have got our apples. They look pretty dang good. Hopefully the whole case looks like that. Let me finish opening it, and we're just going to double check. And of course, I could have opened this at the store. They really don't care. But I was like, there was 1 case left, so I was like, well, you know, I'm going to buy it. And there are holes on the side, and I kind of pushed in. And so you can see beautiful apples. There is one with a blemish there. That's the good thing when you're canning your food. It doesn't have to be perfect. And so these apples right here, I'm trying to remember what kind of apples they are, and I can't remember. I think maybe Gallup, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Does it tell me? Oh, Fuji apples. So 10 pounds of Fuji apples for $9.99. Pretty happy with that. I know I can get apples for cheap or cheaper than that, but that's what I went with. And then we went ahead and grabbed some more apple cider vinegar. The apple cider vinegar was on the case lot sale. And with the case lot sale for this item, you didn't have to buy a full case. They had it on sale 2 for $7, so $3.50 a piece. And I had just finished one in my prepper pantry for the cowboy candy, so I went ahead and grabbed 2 of them. And then you guys, I don't have any instant white rice in my prepper pantry. We do have regular white rice, of course, because it lasts for a very long time. But I have a recipe that I want to try, and this happened to be on the case lot sale, and it was, if you bought 6 of them, it was $10 for 6. So I went ahead and grabbed 6. But I want to do, it is a rice pudding, and it is a pumpkin rice pudding. So I'm going to try that, and then this will go into the prepper pantry. And then we went ahead and grabbed a couple gallons of milk because we are milk drinkers here in this family. And my husband loves the vitamin D milk the most, the whole milk. And let's see, I think these were $2.69, but let me look at my receipt. Nope, $2.59, so even cheaper than I thought. And for the red beans and rice, I needed some Creole seasoning. My store, as I showed you, the spice aisle was a joke. And I looked it up online because I was like, can I use Cajun spice instead of Creole? And it said it is a good substitute. They are a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and use that. This big bottle of my store brand seasoning was $5.99. And then for the red beans and rice, I needed some dry red beans. For 1 pound of small red beans, it was $1.99. So I went ahead and grabbed those. On the case lot sale as well was the whipped topping, and this is the store brand, and I would have probably grabbed 8 if they would have had the regular whipped topping, but it was all gone. So I grabbed 2 extra creamy and 2 light, And that way I've got a few in my freezer and I'm not paying $2.99 for a thing of whipped topping. And then cottage cheese was still on sale and I'd gotten those raspberries. So these cottage cheese were 99 cents. Now, let me go ahead and tell you guys about what I spent. All right, let's talk totals. Before I talk about totals, I do want to let you guys know a little bit more about me and my family that I'm cooking for. I have a lot of new subscribers. So first of all, my husband Bridger and I, we are now empty nesters. So it is just the two of us. However, I do want to let you know that my 20-year-old, whenever she comes to my town, she shops my pantry and she takes groceries. And I'm okay with that. But remember, sugar and flour, those are the basics that you can make so much from. And if you're canning your own food and you're making your own bread, then boy, do you go through it. But man, you save a lot of money. So first of all, I made 2 trips this week. I made one trip where I grabbed 1 thing of flour and 5 things of sugar. And I just realized I forgot to tell you guys how much the sugar was. The sugar was $14.99 for 25 pounds. And so that first trip, I think I might have had something else on there too, but I can't remember because I've slept since then. So my total earlier this week was $87.32. So if you take away 1 flour and 5 sugars, everything else that you see on the counter behind me, the total for that was $130.98. When we add those two together, that means we spent $218.30 for this first week in October. The way that our budget works is we have $125 a week for food, but we have $200 a month for our prepper pantry. If you look behind us, this is prepper pantry shopping. And so that full $200 is going to go to pay the rewards credit card off for this. And that means out of our $125 weekly budget, we actually spent $18.30. And if you guys are interested on budgeting, make sure you check out my other channel, Snow Gardener 307 Budgets, where I break down how and why we budget the way we do. And we are on a debt-free journey, so when we don't spend money on groceries, it goes to our debt. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me today. And until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.